24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 27 of Connection Interruptions, the naughty and nice edition. It's your boy DJ Tay Boogie, man. Chilling out, had a great day. I got to bring my brothers from another mother, touch artist, swing live. Mark and Ryan, what's good?
What is up?
Hello.
Man.
You guys feeling real Christmassy yet?
I mean, the background is, right?
Right. The background is.
I tried something.
I like it. I like that. Usually I'm way more into the Christmas spirit. I think this year it just came too quick for me. I don't think I was prepared for it. But you know, I'm liking the vibes. Naughty or nice. Episode 27. Glad to be back. Shout out to Team Frisch for allowing us to be here.
Yep. Shout out to the sponsors. Now, Christmas mood, no. We had our first little snow today.
That's true.
Right? That was not a pleasant thing to wake up to this morning, though.
I was driving in it last night, so I knew.
We were in Florida last weekend, right? So
must be nice.
It was 82 degrees when we left there, and then we drove overnight to come back. And when we got out of the car, when we got back, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was 23 degrees. So we lost 60 degrees while we were driving. So it was rough. But yeah, I was not expecting snow this morning when I got up.
Right.
And I walked outside, and I was like, "You got to be kidding!"
It wasn't too bad though.
No, it was just a little bit of a flurry, right?
Just enough to be annoying.
Yeah, just enough for an annoyance.
But I don't know how you guys felt about the last week between our last show and this show, but I feel like things have kind of slowed down a little bit just as far as the gaming world. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like other than Halo, I mean, what else do we have really going on? I mean, that's today too, you know what I mean? Like we almost missed it. If it was tomorrow, then I mean, I don't know. A lot of what I've been seeing on Twitter and stuff like that is or even just, you know, news articles is just deals. And I mean, it's that time of year, but how do you guys feel about the recent gaming?
You know, they got the gaming awards coming up. I think
that's
it's tomorrow.
True.
Yes, tomorrow night.
So they're supposed to have a lot of reveals.
They always do. Somehow Jeff Keighley gets all these great reveals every time that he does a show, and I mean, more power to him. He's my Canadian buddy, I always say. But
I'm all for it. It gives us more to talk about, more to look forward to. I think we're kind of like we're on top of the hill almost, or we're getting over the hump of like.
Well, yeah, usually what Call of Duty is the downhill slide, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the year.
Well, I just meant in
this
general,
year's kind of Halo,
Yeah. Well, I just meant everything in general, like. Maybe for instance, whatever we see tomorrow in trailers and stuff, I feel like those release dates are more likely to be concrete than, you know, maybe these past ones, but I could be wrong.
Hey, did y'all see the trailer of Grand Theft Auto with Dr. Dre, DJ Pooh, and Franklin?
What's going on,
yes.
Dexter?
Dexter is in.
What up, Dex?
I did
Yeah.
actually did not watch that trailer. I might sneak it in over here while we're talking. But I
Yeah,
mean, if
I
it's
didn't-
GTA Online, I pretty much just ignore it because it's like, oh, same game.
No, it's also one of those things where you're like, do I need to look at this? No, because Tay's going to talk about it on the show.
Yes, you already know. You
Straight up.
already know.
Like I was like, I could watch this, but Tay's going to talk about it anyway.
Right,
I'm good.
Hey, they gave me an extra chicken wing to hold me off until when the next one come out.
Yeah, and that's it, right? There's a thing that like somehow along the way, you know that it's like, all right, we're going to throw another bone your way. You know, we know this is how it's going to go. I don't get me wrong, like I'm a big fan of Dre, but I don't think that gets me back to playing.
You know. Do you think so? Do you think it would get you back? So like it's like a DLC. They're calling it a DLC, but it's GTA Online. If it was single player, you and I would both be playing it, Ryan.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
No,
so it's like,
I
Yeah.
agree.
but it's like, I just don't like the multiplayer missions because they're just kind of weird. They're not the same.
I think
They
for me
don't
the
have that
frustration with multiplayer is just the constant like griefing.
Yeah. The bullying and everything else.
Yeah, like I don't want to be in there like just getting shot up because
Right.
I'm trying to figure this out. Like
Yeah.
I prefer the single player stories in GTA over the multiplayer.
Hey, well,
Right.
that's how I feel when I play Call of Duty. I'm sitting there getting shot up. And I was like, "Where's the storyline?"
No,
Yeah.
I get it. Like I'm much more into the single player stuff most of the time. I just need I just think that the only reason they're putting out more content in GTA Online is because sales were down on Shark Cash.
Yeah.
So they're like, we're getting in the holiday season and we're not selling as many like Shark Cash, V-Bucks, whatever you want to call. I know it's Shark Cash in that game, but the sales are down on digital content right now, and they need to drive something to bring people back in.
I mean, if we're gonna talk about this GTA Online, can we talk about how they did Dre like this? I mean, come on.
Hey, no, but hey,
Look at that. That is so bad.
I mean, you don't like how he looks in the.
Look at him. He looks like, I don't even know. It looks so like that could be anybody.
Nah, but the voice. It's like once you hear the voice, it's like
Sure,
Okay.
but like,
But if they're going to make it look like Dre, they need to make it look like Dre. Is that what you're saying? Like, it
yeah, I mean that looks like a player-made character. Like,
they
it
just
looks like
went into
someone.
they went into the editor and they were like, close enough.
Well, it looks like something I would make on the launch of GTA Online just to hurry it and get into the game and play and be like, oh, I'll edit it later. Like he's just got like his hair is just like, I don't know, his ears are like super low red. I don't know. It just looks, it doesn't look good in my opinion.
I
But
understand.
maybe I'm a hater.
no, you're not a hater.
I'm just saying, like, how are they gonna do him like that? But I guess at the same time, it doesn't really matter because like you're only gonna see him for like 2 or 3 cutscenes and that's it. But
Well, I just want to hear the soundtrack to it.
yeah, I wonder. That'll probably. I mean, I wonder if someone will make a Spotify playlist.
It's probably already out there.
Probably
I'm not
because
looking right
it's not new music, is it?
now. I don't know.
Yes,
Some of
It
it
is
is
new?
right. Like
he made new music just for Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, that's cool.
Even though we're not gonna get the what's that, the Detox album.
I have no idea. I'm not a huge.
I know,
Dre
man. I don't know. Don't even Google it. It's gonna be like 4 years of people being angry. So
yeah,
don't even.
because he started that album years ago and then it just never.
He got like over 100 something songs done and still won't release the project. Yeah. So what do y'all guys been playing this week?
I mean,
Well,
for me, it's the usual suspects. I mean, for the most part, there's only one really weird one. So I've been playing Hot Wheels, Mario Kart, Halo multiplayer, obviously, Forza Horizon 5, and then Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, like the new. That's the one weird outlier, right? Like I'm not a Pokemon guy, but I gave it a roll just to see. I think they did a good job on it. I think they could have done better, but But
Are
for
you
me,
s-
it was the usual suspects.
Are you still enjoying the Hot Wheels game?
Yeah.
You are?
Yeah.
Are you playing that with the kids or
Yes and no. So I actually was watching them play it because we took our Switches with us over the weekend.
right?
And I brought the mobile gaming unit with us, so we hooked the Switch up to that, and I watched Parker play quite a bit. I think it's pretty well done. It's on sale right now on Steam too, so I think it's like $34.99.
Right.
Because I got an email today like, hey, one of the games that's on your wish list is on sale.
Gotcha.
I think for that price, it's a pretty good buy. It's interesting because you can build your own tracks and do that kind of stuff, which to me is a little bit interesting. Like it makes it a little more interesting because you have that aspect to it.
Yeah.
There are some frustrations with the mechanics, but after you can get kind of past that, it still plays pretty well.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, better than the other racing game.
Cruising Blast.
Yeah.
Disappointment of the year, maybe. That may be that winner for that category for me at the end of the year. Like biggest game disappointment of 2021. I honestly think it could be Cruising Blast for me.
That's kind of a shame because that was a game you were definitely looking forward to, which I think always hurts. Like if you're really looking forward to something and then it's just not it, then that's what makes it the biggest disappointment. But if you go into it just like, we'll just see how it is, and then it's like not that great, you're like, it wasn't that great. But
even the videos made it look cool. Like the trailers look good, and I was like, all right, well, let's see. And then you play, and I'm like, oh.
Could it be fixed with updates?
Probably.
Oh, they could fix it pretty quickly with just giving online multiplayer.
Okay.
Like, and I'm not a big multiplayer guy, as you know, but when it comes to racing games, like I don't like playing racing games split screen. So if I could play with other people, like one of the things I play most on Mario Kart is playing against other people online, like all around the world. Yeah. And I don't know if they didn't put it in Cruising Blast because they're like, man, people won't play it long enough to make the servers worthwhile.
I can see that.
If that's a thing.
We have to tweet them. Send them a tweet.
Well, and the thing is, they're like, it's only on Switch. So I don't know if they think most Switch players are just single player or in-house multiplayer. And that's what their mindset is on it. Because it's a Switch exclusive. I would love to talk to the developers of that game and be like, why did you do this? Why did you do that? And they'll be like, why do you hate my game? And I still think there are moments in it that are cool. I think the wheelie thing is cool because that was one of my favorite things in Cruising USA. But like it came out at a bad time for them too. Like they released it right before Hot Wheels and Forza Horizon. Like, so it was one of those, it's like, I'm not going to pay full price for this game. Like, there's no way they can catch, like, if they're not going to send me a review copy, which was probably a good thing on their part, because I probably would have destroyed it and then been like, hey, we got a free copy from them. Thanks, guys. But, like, it's so disappointing. And there's so many other things that could have been good with it, and they just missed. But I mean, that being said, Forza has its issues too. Even though I still think it's a Game of the Year contender, the leaderboards are broken. It's a constant thing online of people complaining about like, there's no way anybody beat this course in that time.
Yeah, that's every game though. Yeah. There are very few games that have good leaderboards. But I don't even know why. As soon as we started talking about leaderboards, it reminded me of H1Z1 because they would have those giant leaderboards on the walls. But I mean, a lot of times in these games, any game, that's like the one thing it takes the longest to get working right. Call of Duty, PUBG.
Like I don't understand. They know.
Yeah.
It shouldn't even be a surprise. Like they know that they're putting it in the game. Have it functional.
Yeah. The one game that I've, spot on leaderboards is it's that one crazy racing game that I can't even remember the name of. I'm gonna have to like. Hold on.
He's going to Google.
Yeah, I don't. Why can't I
What's
remember
it,
it?
Grid?
Trackmania.
Oh,
Trackmania.
Trackmania. No, that was a good game though.
Yeah, dude,
That was
newest
back
one.
when games with gold were fun.
Yeah,
Well, actually,
still one of
another
my favorite racing games, and it's free on.
And it's VR on PS4.
Really?
Yeah.
The
there's a
NASCAR
VR
Heat. NASCAR Heat. They're pretty. They're
It's
pretty
free on
together
Epic
with the
Games
game.
right now.
Yeah.
NASCAR Heat is drive fast, turn left though, bro. Like, give me something else.
No. Hey. Now it's been a couple of times. Like it's down to the bone. We come around that stretch, and you got a downshift and upshift to get past somebody. Yeah, it gets a little intense. Yeah.
Okay. But like, there's just not enough street racing for me. Like, to get super excited about NASCAR. And obviously I like racing games because it's like one of my top things.
Speaking of racing, I watched my first like full I've seen F1, but I've never watched sat down.
Oh, you actually
watched
sat and watched the whole race?
Yeah, on Sunday. It was
Oh, cool.
actually really entertaining and kind of fun. I didn't realize how much drama was involved with Formula One, and
Formula E.
especially between like Max Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton. But shout out to Lewis Hamilton for winning, and yeah, it's pretty entertaining.
They do be beefing. They do.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I was like getting into the drama, and like people I was watching it with were like kind of like catching me up and teaching me, and like I was like, oh, okay, I was
cool.
like, this is really interesting. Like, you know what I mean? You start hearing it's like, then like I always think it's cool when they go like when they're mic'd up. I mean, everyone's mic'd up. It's like you're in a car, so it's a little easier. But like when sports mic up players and stuff, like Call of Duty used to do it too, where they would just go into like everything would be quiet besides game sound, and then like what the team is like chatting. I live for that. I find it so interesting. I don't know why, but it's super cool just to hear what people are saying. Like
I think the smack talk is cool.
Yeah, that too.
Like for me, it's like, yeah, this is really happening. Like these guys are really talking smack. Like,
and a lot of that's toned down recently because sportsmanship, which is cool. I think there's a time and a place and a certain extent, but that's definitely I feel like toned down in like the esports.
Like, I really believe like if you're a professional and you're a grown adult, like have at it.
Yeah.
I am totally that guy. Like, do I want my 9-year-olds like doing that? No.
Right.
Because they don't really know how to handle it.
You're trash. You're trash.
Oh no, like I can tell you right now, my 8-year-old, if I let her do it, would talk serious smack.
Yeah.
Like she would hit it hard. Like it wouldn't be a little bit. It would be straight up like, oh my God. Like I know.
Oh no, we done lost him.
Did he misclick? How does this work?
I think he clipped this stuff out.
All right.
Yeah. Well, so while
I'll continue on the smack talking. So I still remember exact phrases of Call of Duty tournaments of like smack talking, not from me, but from like professional players. And he's back.
Yeah, he's back. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I don't know. The window just froze. But yeah, like I would be all about the professional smack talk.
Yeah.
I'm okay with it.
Well, I was just telling Tay, like I remember exact phrases from Call of Duty tournaments for like after some.
Oh yeah.
Like one of my favorite ones is like, "You are nervous." Like they're like winning and they're just yelling, "You're nervous."
Oh, that's really.
And
funny.
then I think it's from the same guy. He doesn't play anymore. I don't remember his name, but he was just like, "Zip him up, zip him up." I just don't even know what he meant because he was doing it to his jacket. But I think he meant body.
It's a body bag.
Body bag. Yeah, that's what I thought too. But he was using his jacket, and I was like,
"Yeah." So Xavier actually does that. Like when they're beating somebody, they sit there and say, "Zip them up." Yeah.
Huh.
Their basketball team. It's a big thing.
See, I feel like like a game where you're killing people, that kind of makes sense. But college basketball, you're just telling them to zip up the body bags. Yeah. That might be come up with something else. Maybe. Zip up the gym bags.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's Xavier. It has that Z sound, even though it's an X.
I'm all for it. If they like in college basketball, if you want to say zip up the body bags, I get it. But I'm just saying, like, at least in a game of Call of Duty, it makes sense. However, I mean, it's not gaming related, but after the whole UC Xavier like crosstown
Oh, the
shootout,
fight.
the fight, and they had to change the name and stuff. I'm like, oh, come on.
Then they brought it back a year later.
Yeah.
Like they brought the regular name back a couple years later.
As they should.
Yeah, I think it's I just think it's interesting to hear professionals like really kind of talk smack, and that's where I'm at with it. Like I'm perfectly okay with it because it's even when you're playing multiplayer. Like we were in a multiplayer match in Halo, and somebody was like, "This guy keeps coming up and twerking on me when I die," and I was like, "Yeah, that's not exactly what's happening."
Yeah,
but like, there's that generational gap where you're like, "Yeah, bro, that's not what he's doing."
Yeah, that's classic Halo. That's what I live for.
Like, I was streaming this week, man. You can go back and watch it on the channel.
Yeah,
man, the guy I was playing was literally tearing me a new one. Oh man, yeah. He was talking that trash, and he slipped a couple of cuss words in it. I was like, "Ooh, he lucky I'm on the channel because I was saying, woo!" Like,
See, in Rocket League, and this is kind of mean. I mean, but we would purposely annoy people and bait them into cussing, and then like immediately report them, and then they would get like a 24-hour silence or ban or whatever.
Whoops.
But yeah, so like we would bait people, but we were, we knew the system, so we're like, let's just talk right along the line of too far, and then they'll go too far, then you just report them.
That's
and
so
then who's the real winner? Like, oh, I'm still playing. What are you doing?
Yeah.
You gotta
so
ice
dirty.
them. You gotta ice them. See, now they can't practice for 24 hours.
That's messed up, man.
I'm getting better now. They can't.
Well, you haven't been playing a whole lot of Rocket League lately, right? What have you been playing?
I've been playing some class. I was already thinking of what I was gonna say next. Clash and chess, and just some Halo 5 multiplayer.
Halo 5 multiplayer or
Halo Infinite? Yeah.
Okay.
Here, let me. I don't know why I put 5. Anyway.
No, it's.
Anyway, so Halo Infinite multiplayer.
What number game is this technically?
6, maybe.
No, because there was like
Reach
and ODST.
8.
Is it 8? Maybe.
Do we
I don't know any Halo
Wars?
experts out there. Does Halo Wars count? Because that would make
Halo
9.
Wars 2.
10.
No,
we'll say 10.
No.
I feel like 10 and the Infinite sign almost kind of go, so we'll say 10 for fun.
10.
But
it's Halo 10.
Halo 10. Yeah, so campaign, I'll probably get into it. I feel so lost on the story. I think he's like looking for his girlfriend Cortana in this one, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I don't know. Usually me and my buddy play it, but he's already ahead of me. I think it was Halo 4 or 5, I don't remember. On launch, we both went to launch, went home, got home and beat it one night. Then we went to school the next day. High school, good times. But yeah.
Oh man.
The days.
So
Yes,
I was
sir.
just thinking, like, I was well into my career as a GameStop manager at that point. Like when Mark was in high school,
I'm a
going
baby.
midnight to pick him up. Yeah.
Yeah. I was doing the nightlife in the clubs. Yeah. He was drinking milk at school, and I was drinking shots of something.
Milk. Irish cream.
Irish creams.
Irish creams. Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, dipping my toes into gaming a little bit here and there. Nothing too crazy. I mean, I just feel busy, and I don't even know with what. Like, I feel like the gym grind is a lot, but at the same time, like, I honestly don't even know how I've been so busy. Like
So-
my day to day feels busy, but then I look back and I'm like, man, I don't really know how much I'm getting done.
Yeah.
But the gym alone will take up 2 hours of your day, and then after that, you kind of just want to go to bed.
Sure.
So
are you bulking up, or are you seeing results?
I don't. A little bit. People are starting to make compliments, and I'm like, finally, But on the other side, I've started eating a lot, but I also grew half an inch, and that's usually what happens. And I'm mad at myself.
How
I don't know.
You grew half an inch.
Yeah. and someone at work made a good point. And it's like maybe from working out, you've gotten a better posture. So maybe that could be it.
Oh, that could be it.
So
I'm
Yeah,
gonna
I'll
go
just
with
say
you
both
have
and
not
both.
grown.
Right.
I'm telling you, I put on this pair of pants that have fit the same, and they were always a little too big, and then they fit perfect. And I was just like, what's going on here? And then we measured myself, and so, I don't know. But I have like a
late
regular
puberty.
doc. Huh?
I said
Well,
late puberty.
No, it's so like I'm like a tree. The more nutrition I put in my body, the taller I get. That's like because like when I really tried to put on weight, was in high school. I was like 5'6", and then I shot up to 6'1" when I really
Okay.
started eating. And so now I'm like, man, I gotta make a decision. Do I eat a lot and become 6'6", or do I just just be okay with skinny? But no, I have seen. I'm joking, obviously, but no, I have seen quite a bit of improvements. I've pretty much doubled all of, like my lifting weights in about 3 months. So
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that does take some time. I don't know. I just don't see the half-inch thing being real.
Gosh, it might not be.
It's
but
gotta,
hey,
it's
I
gotta be
can
posture. It's gotta
I
be
can let you
posture.
know in 2 weeks because I have like a regular doctor's just like checkup or whatever,
Yeah.
and so they will get my height and I will ask them, and so we will find out.
All right.
We'll get an exact measurement. If it's a quarter, I'm still considering this like hilarious.
Hey, Dexter said he'll believe you. What
Well,
kind of emoji is that? I'm trying to see it. Hold up.
Dexter doesn't really believe me a lot of the times.
Yeah. Just
But-
scratching his chin, like.
Ah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't know either. I'm just saying. All I know is, I mean, I wasn't even the one that took my measurement.
Okay. All right, we give you that.
Oh no, that's a laughing emoji.
Is it a
That's the
laughing
lull.
emoji?
Yeah, that's the lull. He's like,
Okay.
because he knows is like all I am is just like lanky, which is actually hilarious because do you guys know Rice Gum, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he himself called me lanky. I have a clip of it somewhere because back in the day, like when he was making his YouTube videos, we made like a reaction video to I don't know, we made like a video about him. And he found it, and he just was like, "Man, this guy's lanky." And I was just like, "Ah, dang!" Called out live on Twitch. But anyway,
man,
so
that's terrible.
so Tay, what have you been playing? We'll shift the spot.
Well, of course, I mean, I've been on a losing streak in Madden for some odd reason. It's like you win so many, then you get stuck in that rut where you're losing. And I hopefully I won my last game on my last stream, so I won that one. So hopefully I'm coming out of my losing streak. I wanted to do something different, so I put Red Dead Redemption 2 back in the system. So I wanted to ride a horse and be
say a cowboy.
Wild West. Yeah, be a cowboy. And I play Halo, which I'm no good at. Yeah, so
I love that.
Hey,
like I would play Halo, which I am no good at. Like immediately, you didn't even breathe.
No, it was like I felt like I was playing Call of Duty in space. So yeah, I was getting picked off left and right. I was like, where are these people at? They're blending in. I can't see people. What is going on? But yeah, but I can't say it's a dope game. I haven't played Halo in years. Yeah, I'm glad y'all convinced me to download this one. So,
yeah, I think the story is going to be really good. I'm really holding out hope that the story mode's going to hit, because I need it to give me something else to really be interested in single player wise.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think the multiplayer is good, but for me, Halo, it's about the story. So that's why I'm holding
I
out
agree.
hope. But I mean, if you're enjoying the multiplayer at least a little bit, then the story mode should be right up your alley when it comes out.
Yeah, I guess I would on that, because me playing online, any shooting game, nah.
We should play a game together just to see how bad it goes, because I'm not very good at it either, but it would be funny. Like I usually play in a crew of like 4 people. I am by
I'm hit
far
or
the
miss.
worst of the bunch.
I'm usually so. I've been playing with my buddy, and I'm usually top of the leaderboard. But there will be some games where I just feel like I can't get any of the power weapons or whatever, and I
Yeah.
just won't do too hot. But
Yeah,
beyond
I
that,
immediately know if we're losing, I can look on the leaderboard on our team and I'll be in first place because everybody else is playing poorly and I'm already
see.
bad. So it's like,
I
oh, we're
see.
losing. Yep, I'm definitely the top of the leader for our team right now.
Oh
Like
man,
if we're winning, I'm at the bottom. If we're losing, I'm at the top. Like I can pretty much judge it that way.
And what's crazy, like when I played online shooters, the only time I get shots off if I'm crouched down or laying down. Standing up, yeah. Moving around, nah.
Yeah, if you can't run and gun in that game, it's rather difficult because you can't just kind of camp. And that was my struggle with Battlefield for all those years. Like I would try to run and gun and just get picked off constantly.
Yeah, I feel like running and gunning really only works for like Call of Duty.
Right.
I mean, Battlefield 2 somewhat, but Battlefield you can 100% camp and be completely okay.
But Halo is very similar to Call of Duty in that run and gun feel. I think.
Yeah, you definitely. It's like you got to keep moving, but you can. It's like you want to hold down areas. You don't always necessarily just want to just keep circling the map, but it's like if you want to hold an area and just kind of run between each doorway, essentially, or whatever area you're trying to hold.
Right. Yeah, I think it's interesting. Like, just it's going to be very similar. Shooters are shooters to a certain extent, but this one's supposed to be open world. So we'll kind of see like what kind of open world it really is when all is said and done.
Right.
They already announced that the map has been cut down in size.
Why?
Well, I think part of it was like, hey, they're delaying this game. They want to make sure what's there is good. And they didn't want to overextend the open worldness, I think, would be based on what I'm kind of gathering. But IGN had an article out today that just said Halo Infinite open world cuts down, because originally it was from Zelda, like bigger than they had reported it was going to be bigger than Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild.
Wow. That's big.
And then 2/3 of the planned game got cut.
2/3?
Yep. It says apparently almost 2/3 of the planned game got cut in the move.
Wow.
So, I mean, Breath of the Wild was a huge map.
I mean, yeah, but 2/3 is no joke. I mean, if you cut more than half a game, it's not even the same game anymore.
Yeah, I just think it'd be interesting to see like how big the scale really is.
Right.
Like, I mean, technically tomorrow's the release day, right?
Yep.
So, I mean, I tried to update it earlier on the PC and it just kept kicking me out of the update. But, I mean, tomorrow we'll have an idea of what size the map is, I guess.
Well, imagine, when you see it, just multiply it by 2/3 and you'll see what you're missing out on.
Yeah, I mean, it just, to me, it'll all depend on, you know, how it plays. Like, if it plays and looks like they screwed up by making it smaller, then I'll be worried. But
yeah,
you know, if there's enough pieces, I think it'll be fine.
You know, going back real quick to Halo multiplayer and just calling it a shooter, I really forgot how melee heavy Halo is.
Yeah,
like in CQB, you know what I mean? Like, when you're really close in, man, you better land some shots in melee and land some shots. Otherwise, you're going to lose that encounter every time. And something I really, kind of realized. So if you guys need that a tip, get up that KD. There you go.
Yeah, well, you're the guru of shooters, so we just got to come over and take the class.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just something I forgot about. It's just like, oh, dang, I really got to.
Hold up. The release date was today.
Yeah, I was about to look that up.
What?
Because it was today. I thought it was today at 1, but that was what my coworker was telling me. But I wasn't able to hop on and play it. And one thing too is you couldn't preload it. However, the
Maybe
download
that's
is
why
quicker.
the thing isn't working.
It's quicker. You will have a faster download if you already have the multiplayer installed. They did confirm that.
Oh, baby. So I'm talking to you while I'm looking at the screen for Halo.
Right, we can see it glowing off of you.
But like nobody like. Oh, here
Well,
we
I
go.
just looked on.
Summit's
Well, I just
playing
looked
the
to see what
campaign.
was happening, and then I was like, "Oh, it says it's available now." Like,
All
Yeah,
right.
ooh,
I'm watching
baby.
Summit's live playing it right now. And it looks weird.
I mean, I just
Like this levels that he's on kind of doesn't really seem like Halo.
the theme song started though, so I'm golden.
Hmm.
Oh
And
my
it's
god!
free on Game Pass
Game
Ultimate.
Pass Ultimate. It's free. Yep, boys, we're gonna have to play this. 'Cause the campaign is co-op, right? Because it just told me I'm team leader when I hopped into the game.
Hmm.
And there's 4 difficulty levels: easy, normal, heroic, and legendary.
You gotta play on legendary.
No,
Yeah,
bro, we were just talking about how terrible we are at it. Let's play on legendary. No.
I play every Halo, legendary, 100%.
Real?
Huh?
You're serious?
Yeah, no, I'm dead serious.
Oh, yeah.
So you
on baby baby mode.
Yeah, because you playing with us, like we're not going to vacate.
It takes a hot minute and it changes the whole game itself. I mean, sometimes I'll play on normal and then go back and play legendary, but a lot of times I'm just straight legendary, cover and move, and just I only seen one level from watching Summit for the last 30 seconds, but it looks like this level he has to use that little grappling hook thing a lot.
My night is just changed.
Somebody's not going to sleep.
I for real thought it came out tomorrow.
Yeah, I was gonna check that because
I didn't know. I don't know why I thought it was 12/9.
Well, I mean, it was Call of Duty and Halo this year are pretty quiet releases. Maybe it's just me,
my Twitter feed was full of people saying, "No, it's release day, and I was like, tomorrow? Like, is everybody just excited because it's tonight at midnight? Like I was thinking,
yeah.
Like,
well, it's tomorrow somewhere.
Yeah, I am super excited. I want to play that campaign so bad, and on the widescreen monitor, like because I played a multiplayer round on it today.
Yeah,
like, it's really sick. Like it's really good on PC. Yeah, I'm really excited now. I am now. But I have to play it on easy.
You can get the Halo Infinite original soundtrack is on Spotify.
Yep. Yeah, that's already in my rotation. Because Halo's music is pretty iconic.
It really is,
in my opinion. So, like when I think about it, it's like Halo's theme stands out as one that I definitely want to listen to on a regular basis. There is a Halo Infinite podcast out there. I haven't listened to any episodes yet, but they look like they've done a pretty good job leading up to it. There's 25 episodes of the Halo Infinite podcast on Spotify. So not affiliated with our show, but if you're looking for some more Halo content, that might be something to check out.
In other news, tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live on Twitch, Kanye West and Drake concert.
Yes, they're doing a free concert.
Oh, is this their hey, we're no longer fighting with each other? I'm sorry I gave out your address to people concert?
I guess so.
No, they've been past that, but they're raising funds for Larry Hoover.
They had some sort of beef for a while.
Yeah, they squashed that. Then they was like, hey, well, the person that made them squash it was like, hey, let's do the concert.
You mean their managers who said
No. I wouldn't necessarily say it was the manager. Yeah.
That's funny.
It was just the OG that it's like, hey, we y'all messing up the money, so let's squash this.
Right.
Hey, speaking of squash, Star Wars Hunters for Switch is coming out, but the thing I don't like about this game is they're not having all the traditional characters. They have some, but not all. So it's pretty much like a fighting game on Switch for Star
But
Wars.
it's like arena style combat, right? Like,
yeah.
Is it like Fortnite? It's like an online battle arena.
From what I was looking at, yeah, it looks like an online, arena style.
Okay.
Let's see. What was I gonna bring up? Oh yeah. Did you guys see that the first Unreal Engine 5 game is gonna be Fortnite?
Yes.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Fortnite Chapter 3 is going
It's
to
the
Unreal
preview.
Engine 5.
Well, it's already out, right? Isn't Chapter 3 out?
Let's see.
Season 3? No, let's see.
I'm so confused. I
Well,
thought
it might have
the
been today.
Spider-Man stuff released already. Anybody in the chat, like, help me out?
I'm not too caught up on Fortnite.
Because all I
chapters,
saw
but-
was like Chapter 3 and Spider-Man, and the island is flipped or something.
Well, it's a tweet
like
from
they-
Unreal Engine. With the arrival of Chapter 3, Fortnite game development has flipped to Unreal Engine 5.
Okay, so
so maybe-
that was on the 5th. That was
On
past-
December 7th. They tweeted that.
On the 5th is when Chapter 3 started.
Okay.
So it was
so
Sunday, right?
So-
I haven't played it yet, so like I saw that there was an update when I loaded my Epic Games. store, but-
okay. So apparently it has. So it says it turns out the Unreal Engine 5 was in front of us all along in the form of Fortnite Chapter 3.
Interesting.
Huh.
So they did it with the release.
Right.
Okay.
Which I have not played Fortnite Chapter 3.
I have not yet either. It released on Sunday.
Hmm.
So
And I remember the simple times of Fortnite. Take me back. Take me
Yeah.
back. But yeah, so kind of cool. Fortnite, like we were talking about Fortnite last week. They're gonna just out here keep
well,
killing.
they
it.
just keep doing stuff like that's.
I know. I love it.
Epic does, and I know that there's some shady business practices and some people don't like some of the things they do, and I'm not out here to defend that. But I will tell you, if there's anybody who supports their community with constant content, it's the team at Epic,
Yeah.
hands
Yeah.
down.
Yeah.
Like, do they steal money from me every time they put another Batman skin out? Abso-freaking-lutely. But like, I keep going back to it. Like now that I'm literally sitting here looking at the update, going, okay, I'm gonna update it. We'll see if I get into it again. But they get me with that stuff. I just had somebody message me on Xbox and say, "Are you still on the podcast? I just saw you logged into Halo."
Yeah, they trying to get you early.
Yeah, that's funny.
I'm
But
at
yeah,
15% right now.
Draco hit me up like later after the show. I know he was watching probably earlier. So, yeah, it's just funny because there's so many things going on. Like we talked about how it seems slow, but then as the episode's gone on and we're talking more, I'm like, it's really not slow, guys.
Yeah.
Like
we was just out the loop.
Well, it's not even that we're out of the loop. I think we just like certain things you just expect to be there.
Yeah.
Like it's
True.
a weird time as a gamer because we have like different expectations of things. Like we used to buy a game, and this dates us a little bit, Tay, but like we bought an NES game and you could beat it in 45 minutes, but we were like, yeah, that was awesome. And now if you beat a game in 45 minutes, everybody's like, oh, that was a waste of $60.
Right, trash.
Yeah, like this complete garbage. And it's just like, no, if it's a good game, it's a good game. And like the thing that shocks me about Halo is like they could have made it $60 or $70 and people would pay it. And you can still pay the full price of the game if you don't have Game Pass. But if you have an Xbox right now and you don't have Game Pass, you're doing something wrong.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have Xbox, but I do have Game Pass.
Well, but like if you have an Xbox Series S or X and you're not a Game Pass subscriber, you're missing out. And Sony has caught on to that piece. Right, Tay? I mean, they were announcing that they're looking at a new feature.
It's sometimes best to stay in your own lane. So I'm gonna
you're just still beefing with PlayStation. So.
Hey, I'm still beefing with them, but it's like I'm gonna see how they do it. Now, if it's dope, I'll give them their props. But yeah. So I get a PS5. I am forever beefing with PlayStation right now.
Yeah. So Bloomberg reported that they're looking for its codenamed Spartacus, is a revamp of PlayStation Plus that'll have 3 different tiers, right? Like that's what they're looking at right now. So who knows if this is legit, but Bloomberg is usually pretty good.
But why you gotta have 3 different tiers? Like, see, they already doing too much already, and they ain't even dropped yet.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
But Game Pass has multiple tiers,
like 2, right?
Yeah, 2. But like
they're gonna do one
Plus
more.
If Plus has 3 tiers, and it's like we do PlayStation Plus, which is the regular one where you play online, and then they have PlayStation Now where they allow you to stream, and then the Ultimate tier, which whatever you want to call it, allows you to download the games versus stream them.
Right.
And that gives you 3 separate tiers. I'm all for that. Because I don't want to stream my games. Like the idea, I originally thought like Google Stadia was going to be this great idea. Like I was like, oh, streaming is a cool way to go. And then I'd start to play something and be like, oh, I can't get good enough resolution to, like, it would be pixely or something weird if I'm streaming from a different server. I prefer to download it, honestly, and play whatever I'm playing versus streaming it. But if they can come up with something that works, I'm all for it. Like, again, competition breeds quality.
Well, I'm still beefing with them, so
that's true. That's true.
Yeah,
I'll agree with the competition thing. So it is probably better, but I am curious to see about the tier system. If they're counting just regular PlayStation Plus as a tier, then cool. But
I don't know. Like it just says there's 3 tiers.
Right.
It says there's an entry level tier will offer what PlayStation Plus is now. The mid-range tier will grant users access to a large catalog of PS4 and 5 games. And the top tier will add PS1, P2. I don't know why it's not PS2, PS3, and PSP titles in the mix, along with demos and game streaming.
Okay, yeah, I'll have to go with their last tier. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're like, oh, PSP.
Right.
They sucker you in with PSP.
It's like you're gonna get along with them, but you're still mad at them. But yeah, okay. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, I was gonna say, speaking of fees and subscriptions and money, Discord is enabling a feature for server owners to charge monthly subscription fees to access their servers. So it's gonna be in 2022. Is when they're gonna roll out premium membership testing. So yeah, enjoy your free Discord while you can. Enjoy Discord while it's free.
Are they just? Is this we're hard up for server space, so we need more servers, so we got to charge something, or is this y'all are using it and y'all are going to pay for it?
So this is not like you don't need to pay something. Use Discord. So if I own a server and you two are in it, and I'm like, all right, guys, like. Discord's been fun, but I want to make some money off of bringing all these people together in one Discord. So it's going to be $5 a month for you to be here. So I think where we're going to see this a lot at is more of your exclusive communities, such as content creators and stuff like that. Be like, oh, guys, join my premium Discord. It's like, oh, great. Basically, Discord is getting into the OnlyFans business. But
pretty much something you gotta something else you gotta pay for.
But I get invites all the time.
Things like
I get invited to all
streaming
kinds of
services and
Discords.
stuff.
Like, one problem I could see with this too is like someone who's like, oh, I'll live stream all the UFC events. You just gotta pay. So like there are Discords that are doing that now for free. But anyway, so that's a problem, piracy. You have another problem. First of all, I get invited to all kinds of Discords like crypto, NFTs, stock trading, and it's like, hey guys, like, you know what I mean? Like, I give out really good stock tips. This isn't financial advice, but join my Discord. Now I can see people being like, oh yeah, if you guys want to make money on stocks, it's gonna be $10 a month. So big blunder on Discord's part, in my opinion.
I think it's interesting because they already have premium Discord, and now they're saying, well, in addition to that, if you want to have a premium Discord of your own.
Well, are you talking about Nitro?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's like a little different. So this is just like, that's Discord as a whole. So like that's almost like YouTube Red. But like imagine YouTube being like, oh, you want to charge your subscribers $5 a month to watch your YouTube videos, now you can. So it's all in the power of these server owners. It's not Discord doing it.
Well, I mean, if you're already charging people to watch your content, you have a Patreon.
Yeah.
Right? Like you have a Patreon where you can put exclusive content or have it early or
right.
I don't even know how people keep track of all that stuff. There's so many people doing it. And I'm like, I'm just trying to get my stuff out close to the day I want it out.
I will say though, I'm sure there are people who have Patreons who have more members on Discord than they do their Patreon, even if their Patreon's free. So if I have a free Patreon, I probably will, if like, let's say I have 100 people on my free Patreon, I probably have 1,000 people on my Discord.
Right. But it's like, why does everything have to be about money? That sucks.
The world go
like you got all these Netflix, Hulu, this now it's all the gaming.
It's always been about that though.
It's just been hidden.
It's a business, and now it's just more apparent. Like seriously, look at the number of games released on consoles and tell me that it's not about everybody trying to get a piece of the pie.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's always been about money. It's just now in more people reaching their hand out to collect. So like beforehand, you had basically your AAA. Like indie games were free, and like you probably didn't even find them on like the Microsoft store or whatever. And then like you just had the big launches every year. But now, it's almost the same. Like, yeah, like now you have more people asking for more money and like in their communities and whatever. But there's more people doing it, and that's kind of why you're seeing it. You're seeing more of like a decentralized kind of thing. And that's probably why there aren't as many servers at your local restaurants, because they found money online.
Yeah, and they're like Mark. They're like mining fake money.
Yeah, pretty much.
That is kind of real money. Well, like back in the day, and this is dating myself as well, but like you used to get MS-DOS games via freeware, right? Like there were freeware titles. And then it was like, hey, you can play this, and then if you want to continue to play, you can do XYZ. Now, like every piece of content has the availability to do that piece, right? Like, I can set up a disc, or I can set up a separate server where you have to pay to watch whatever content. Yeah. Or I can set it to where you have to be a Patreon member to get exclusive content. Like I have a couple things that I'm a Patreon supporter of, like, and they send out exclusive stuff, and I'm just like, okay, cool. But I do it mainly because it's like it's a local artist or something like that, like, or a local writer that's covering a topic that I, think is important for it to be covered. So I subscribe.
Right.
And sometimes I don't even open their content because I'm too busy trying to figure out when I'm going to have time to do XYZ.
Yeah.
But the gaming industry has always been about the dollar. Like, so go back to arcades, and it was all about like, how hard can we make this game to people to continue to pump quarters into it?
Yeah, that's true. Or addicting, you know what I mean? Maybe it's not hard, but it's addicting.
Yeah.
And I mean, here's another question. Like, have you ever heard of Substack?
No.
No.
So that's like Substack is like another Patreon, but it's more for like you were kind of talking about, like writers and news coverage and stuff like that. So you not only are we seeing more people take these routes, but now you're seeing more service providers, Patreon, Substack, now Discord, what I mean, even if you're going to use OnlyFans to upload gaming content, I don't care, do what you want, but you know what I mean? It's like we're seeing more and more of like this subscription based stuff, and I don't know why that is per se. I mean, there's multiple
because
things
it
that feed into it.
works for everybody.
Oh, it does. And I think also, like, it's a reason why you got to pay for 8 subscription fees and used to just be one.
Right. And
cable was so expensive. I'm going to cut the cord. Okay, you cut the cord. Next thing you know, you're paying like 3 times as much because you can only watch Premier League soccer games on this network or that network, or like I want to watch MLB and I have to have this package and all that stuff.
Oh, if you pay for all these games, you don't get all of them. You want all,
because if it's in your home market, it's blacked out.
Yeah, if you get half of them, but if you want to watch the other half, you have to go over there and pay that guy.
Yeah,
and I think that's where I get frustrated because, like, man, I lose track of how many subscriptions I got. And then
all of a sudden you realize that you're paying more, and you're like, oh no! Like the whole point of this was to pay less. Now I'm subscribing to Hulu, Netflix, Game Pass,
right? Steam, Epic,
the Epic Store. I'm buying additional stuff there. Like I have to be very careful with my PC library, because I'll think I own a game, and I'll go to the Epic Store and it shows that I don't. But then if I don't, like I go and check my Steam immediately.
It's there.
Or like the different downloaders. Like there's so many different downloaders on PC.
Yeah.
Like
so
I was like, man, I know I have Red Dead Redemption for PC. I know I bought that game. And it was on the Rockstar downloader.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, good thing I remembered that was a thing. Or I probably would have rebought that game. Yeah, like
but for $5 a month, I will track all your subscriptions and I'll let you know how much you're paying.
That's an actual subscription.
There's an app for that too.
Yeah,
there's an actual app out there that you can pay.
There's
like
plenty.
5 or 6.
They're free. They're free ones too, but
but there's some other ones in there. Like you just put your email address in here and we'll find out what services you're subscribed for. And it's like, oh boy. Yeah, but Discord offering for people to buy premium servers essentially and force, like, they're not forcing people to join them, but
like, I just don't really agree with it. I thought the whole people can boost your server and it'll make your server higher quality. That makes sense, but just Discord introducing a paywall. I mean, I'm just not a fan of paywalls in general.
Right.
So I just don't agree with it. I understand it. I just don't agree with it.
Yeah. So are you guys going to watch Game Awards tomorrow night?
Yes, sir.
I'll probably get the TLDR on the Game Awards, but because I think I have plans to watch football, but maybe I'll probably be active on Twitter, so that's probably how I'll see stuff going down.
Okay.
But we can definitely talk about it next week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching and taking notes.
Yeah, I think I'll probably catch it at some point. Is it an 8 p.m. start again?
Yeah.
Is that because I know it's in Los Angeles, so they started a little bit later because of it being live there. But take a look because I'll probably do some. If I'm going to be home, which is in a big if. I may live stream it. And we can do a live react show as well. And we'll see.
All right, I'll just cross my fingers till we get a release date.
Interesting thing about the Game Awards, when you go to their website, there's a thing that says subscribe to the Game Awards website and show updates. Like, that's the first thing that pops up. And I'm like, do I want to click subscribe? Because is that something I'm going to have to pay for a subscription? Immediately, since we were just talking about paying for subscriptions, and that pops up.
Yeah, wow.
Just an interesting piece. I didn't hit yes, but I think it's an interesting thing. But it's going to be an interesting show. I think they're allowing people to do live stream reacts, which is nice. There's a media kit you can download. all kinds of stuff. So keep an eye out if you're not watching it, or you want to join in our chat about it. And I know we'll talk about it next week too. But I think there's some cool stuff that's going to happen as always with the Game Awards. That's a given,
that's why I got
right?
That's why I got my fingers crossed.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and we'll be talking a lot about it, I'm sure, because there's the pre-show starts at 7:30 tomorrow, and it's available on every streaming platform under the sun, like YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook Live, Steam, venues. So they're doing the Oculus venues, so in VR. IGN,
That's
GameSpot,
cool.
TikTok, and Trovo, which until today I had no idea what Trovo was. So, but definitely something to kind of keep an eye on for our industry and just being aware of what's happening there. So, anything else going on, guys, that we haven't?
Not that I know of.
Tonight? Yeah, like
Everything
real-
on my plate is empty now, as far as needed to talk about.
It's been a slow week. I might have to hire you two to come over here and help me get this room together.
Oh
See,
my!
I got
Are we still like? Where are we? Are you at least like? Do you know where you want stuff to be?
Well,
That's
I got
usually the
everything.
struggle.
No, I got everything in place.
Okay.
Except for the stuff on the walls, the lights, and that's it.
Well,
My struggle
that doesn't
is
sound
even
hard.
when I think I have it 100%, I find something that isn't exactly the way I like it.
Yeah.
And it's always my struggle. And I don't know if it's just because I have that overactive mind and I'm always thinking about what's next. But like I, at one point said, all right, I don't need another arcade. I've got the 3 that I really wanted. They're here. This setup, I've got the lights where I want them. Everything looks good. And then 2 weeks later, I'm tearing down where the lights are and repositioning them. Like, I immediately was like, no, I want to do it something different. I want to put them over here instead. Or like, this piece doesn't fit there now, I don't think. Or always some additional thing that I'm moving. So if hopefully you're not like me in that regard. Like, you think you've got it set and then you're down for a week, and then as soon as you have downtime to think about what could be better, you're immediately onto that next project.
Yeah. Like I'll be all over the place. Like, oh, this is cool. Like, if I could just set the TV up, and because it's in front of the window, so you can't board it to the window. So if I could just sit the TV up and put my consoles and stuff under, then
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
would knock out a whole side.
Are you going to mount the TV to the wall? Is that the?
I can't because it's in front of the window. The back
Listen,
wall,
we can put some
Oh.
2x4s across the window. I mean, how much do you like that window? We can. I mean, it'll look good once we're done.
It'll
No,
look good on the
hey,
one side.
No,
Well, we'll put some like tinting on the windows from the outside.
no,
just like-
it's a solid concrete wall, so that's gonna be
Okay.
kind of hard. It's an outside.
Well,
wall.
we did that. So we mounted the concrete. My 2 that are behind me are mounted to the concrete wall. Like,
See the problem? Yeah. See, like once you mount them though, they're set. Like you
Uh-huh.
don't want to move them around and have a bunch of holes in your concrete.
Yeah.
But they're in good
Well,
spots. So
We've never really asked this, and you can decline to answer. But are you in? Is it a rental or is it you own the house?
No, this is the family house. So,
Okay, so
There
you
you
can
go.
do whatever you want.
Yeah.
That's the question is always like that.
No,
When you're like, do I rent? If I rent, I don't want to do that because I'm going to have to fix that, or I'm not getting my deposit.
right.
You know, like,
Well, yeah, if it don't look right, it's still gonna have to fix it anyway.
well, yeah.
Listen, Home Depot's open for another 55 minutes, I think. Maybe there 10 minutes. We'll get
They
some
close at
2x4s.
9, bro.
No,
Alright,
it's gonna take
meet
me
me at-
10 minutes just to get to. the
Meet me at Home
closest-
Depot. Bring a ski mask and gloves. And
In related news,
Oh shoot!
Well, quick
Hey.
smash and grab.
Yeah.
Just see me running out of Home Depot with a 2x4.
We getting caught. They be like, "Hey, that's that guy that grew an extra half an inch." I'm like, "Damn it!"
Man, that guy. We're looking for a suspect. He's 6'1.5".
Yeah, I ultimately say you've just got to kind of settle in and say, okay, this is where we want it. This is where I want to do this, and then it might change.
Draw it out.
We drew out the plans for down here probably 3 or 4 times, I would say, before we put the section behind us, like behind me that you see with the shelving, like, and then after that was done, the lockers came into play. Like, because somebody was like, "Hey, I've got these. Do you want them?" And like, I didn't even think about it. I was like, "Yeah, they'll go right there." And like, they didn't fit initially because they were too tall.
So
but it's like that's where they're gonna go. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, and they've got a rug underneath them to keep it from like
scratching
digging into the floor. Yeah. But like initially, it was like, yeah, they're too tall. We can't put them there. But anytime you're looking and you can find different things to change or whatever. Collectibles, you're also a collectibles guy, so you're always going to struggle with that piece.
Yes.
Like, you guys can't see it. Not on previous shows, you were able to see. I have this shelf, like the 6-foot shelf next to me that has a lot of collectibles on it. And we have some of the things behind me. And then up on top of the lockers now, there's some additional collectibles. My father-in-law came down and was like, "Man, you have a lot of stuff down there."
Hey, I feel like I'm in rehab because I haven't bought any collectibles, no stickers, no nothing.
There's this beautiful thing which doesn't require a whole lot of space, and it's digital collectibles. It's this thing called NFTs.
Hey, there you go. No.
Because I can't go like this and hold them in my hands.
Right.
Sure you can. You got an iPad?
Yeah, right. That's it. No, I think like actually on the NFT front, I think the interesting piece for me is going to be when they start releasing, like when people start releasing digital art to where like I can put it up displayed behind me.
Yeah.
Not necessarily while I'm on the show, but like if I'm just in the room and it's like a photo shoot kind of like, or like a bunch of like, I think that could be really cool. Yeah.
There are some NFT museums, but
I think it could be really cool to do something like that, video game related. Like,
for sure.
So how are they going to make that work with social media? Like, hey, I own this NFT, so why are you blurring it out? Or that
it already happens. So it's funny you asked that. So there was an artist the other day on Twitter complaining that a wrestler posted a fan drawing that they did. And she didn't give the artist credit. And the artist was just like, "Hey, do you mind crediting me since I made that art?" And instead of crediting the artist, the wrestler took it down. And I was like, "Ooh!"
But I guess the last little bit of news, and since I purposely brought up NFTs, Adidas is joining the NFT front. I don't know how, but they announced it. So
Adidas is just desperate to do anything that doesn't require real merchandise to be in people's hands.
That's fine with me. I'll be flipping them.
There you go, Adidas. Get mad at me.
No, you beefing with Adidas like I'm beefing with PlayStation. So
I'm beefing with everybody involved in the clothing industry right now because no one can seem to figure out where anything is in the Port of Los Angeles.
Wow.
Like, well, we know it's on a boat at the Port of Los Angeles. Well, is it first in line or 800th in line? Where is it? We're not really sure. Okay. Like, just like the holiday season. And I know there were some deals for Black Friday and whatever. There are so many things that are going to miss this holiday. And businesses are going to miss out on sales dollars because they can't get the product off of the freaking boats.
Yeah.
Like, and as a parent, it's frustrating because you're like, yeah, you want to get your kids whatever. As a retailer, as somebody who works like in the retail space, kind of, it's frustrating because you can't get your clients what they want. You know, and you're just like, I get your frustration. We're just equally as frustrated. there has to be a long-term solution to the shipping problem in this country, and it's going to hit gaming eventually. Like,
Well, I know the
more
solution.
so than we're already not getting consoles, right? Like Tay still pining for a PS5 because of the lack of availability, but I wonder how many of them are sitting in the ports.
Thousands.
It has to be a good number, or they wouldn't be saying like, it's selling well. Where? Like, it's beat, like PS5 beat PS4 sales to this point.
Well, they count the numbers of how many they shipped out, but it hasn't made it to us.
That's what I'm wondering. Like, when they're looking at those numbers, because to Sony, that item already sold because Walmart paid for it.
Right. So
right. Like, so, and I just use Walmart as an example. I guess that's a bad example, but like retailer, whatever, bought it already. So it is what it is. But I think that we're all in this, like, Santa Claus and, is coming to give us what we want for the holiday, for Christmas or Saint Nick or whatever time you guys, like, those of you celebrate. And it's like, are we on the naughty or nice list? And I'm going to say straight up, like, I'm definitely not on the nice list this year.
Yeah, straight naughty, baby.
Yeah, naughty list for me. Mark, I think you're probably on the nice list, right? You seem like you're doing things the best way you can. I'm
out here trying to become the best version of myself.
Yeah,
that's all you can do.
Yeah, I think for me, it's just like, I know straight up, like, I'm on the naughty list because I'm just like, I'm over it. I'm over Christmas. Man. Like, it's the pain of working retail for so long. Like, as soon as the Christmas season starts and I start hearing Mariah Carey again and again, like, I thought I was going to lose my mind at ESPN Wide World of Sports this weekend because they kept playing Christmas music over the PA. And it was different versions of All I Want for Christmas Is You. The original one's bad enough. Like, don't hit me with, like, remasters and remakes. And I'm like,
Hey, and they got Michael Madonna on replay. Michael Madonna and Mariah Carey. Oh, so
we're 3 weeks away from our Game of the Year episode.
Well, we're a little over 2 from Christmas, so you can still turn it around and get on that nice list, I believe.
Yeah, 2 weeks. We got 2. The Christmas episode's the 22nd?
Yeah.
And then our Game of the Year episode will be on the 29th. So maybe I'll get in a better mood in 2 weeks and be ready for Christmas.
You'll be ready.
We'll see. But all right, everybody, we're going to call it a night for this episode of the Connection Interruption Podcast. We are over time by a few minutes. It is what it is. It happens. Be sure to check us out on social media. Got all of our stuffs, right?
Everything.
Get it real close to the camera.
Come out and check us out. I'm at Touched Artist on every form of social media. Tay.
At DJ Tay Boogie, all across social media.
And Mark.
Well, I'm not at Swing Live on everything, but if you type in Swing Live, you'll find me.
Yeah.
So we'll go
there's another Swing Live on
That's
Twitter.
Fine. That's fine. He's not.
It's not Mark, but it's Swing Live away. It's like he's missing.
Yeah, he's going to get missing.
The other day. Because I thought maybe Mark was being funny and changed his Twitter name because he hadn't.
Well, he hasn't tweeted in over. He hasn't tweeted since December 22nd of 2020. So maybe on that episode, I can get Twitter to take down his account.
That would be funny.
I'm just kidding. I'll DM him and be like, "Hey, man, you gotta pick a new name."
Yeah, don't you taking my name?
I'll give you an NFT for you to just take that count down.
That's funny. All right, well, this has been the Connection Interruption Podcast. Everybody, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. If you're listening to us on Anchor, Spotify, Apple Podcast, or if we're on your RSS feed, thank you for checking out the audio. We do take some time to remaster our shows for audio listeners. We have a new theme song at the beginning of our audio episodes. Thanks to Anchor for making life easier for that. And we will see you next time.
Peace.
Bye.